You can call this thing whatever you damn well please. It's an ant, it's a hopper, it's a terrestrial. Plain and simple. It's hopper season, folks. Mini hopper season, that is.
Well, howdy y'all. This is Mike with Fly All Season, and as some of you may know, I am not a pro fly tyer and I am not a guide. I'm just some guy. But when you fly all season, you gotta tie all season as well. Every week brings a new adventure, and every adventure brings a new challenge. And to chase that bite, we gotta have the right flies in our box. So let's take it right now to the vise and see what's cooking up for this week's adventure.
Throughout the summer, one of my favorite dry fly hooks to use has been a Gamakatsu size 12, the Stinger variety. It's sharp and it is strong, and that is a major key. But we're gonna start this fly off standard BS here. We're gonna get that hook on the vise and get the line on your hook. To start building up the structure of this fly, we're gonna throw on some crystal flash. We're gonna really make that tailpiece pop. I chose pink because, well, I like the way it looks, and I have no clue if it has any real difference as far as the fish goes. However, I think it looks clean, and really all you gotta do is grab 2 or 3 strands, lock them in, double them over, and then trim them short and neat. To build up the butt and the body of this fly, we need to dub up a cheeky noodle with your choice of dubbing. I chose a nice tan color here. Now that our tail section is looking nice and plump, we're gonna add our first set of legs. I am always in the camp, the more legs, the better. With those legs nice and locked in and set even, we need to build up our body. We wanna make this thing look like a bottle of cola. We want it nice and curvy. So build up a nice long noodle and get that thing dubbed up. Much like everything else in fly fishing, you can do whatever you want. For the main body of this fly, I like to use foam. And what I do is I fold over sections and I super glue them together to give a really nice plump look. Now don't be fooled, this can make attaching it a bit tricky at times. You just really gotta bear down and use some higher strength thread and it'll lock in no problem. Once you're happy with that foam placement, it is time to make that parachute post. This is pretty standard, all things considered. However, if you're new to fly fishing, this can be uber frustrating. You just gotta practice, gotta stick with it, and really build a stiff parachute post. Now, after that's all in place, it's time to add our hackle. And the cool thing with this fly is that the bigger the hackle, the better. So you can finally bust out those bigger feathers and stop wasting them on woolly buggers you're never gonna throw. This hopper, oh, it'll use them, trust me. Before we wrap the hackle though, we need to add a second set of legs and give this mini hopper a good profile and a nice buoyant frame to work off of. With a fly like this, order of operations is key. Now that we have our second set of legs locked in place, we can make wraps with our hackle down the parachute post. Keep in mind, when you're wrapping down the parachute post, take it easy and take it slow. You want to make nice even wraps all the way to the base of your parachute and use up as much of that hackle as possible. So with all those hackle fibers locked in place, all that's left to do is a bit of cleanup. What you want to do, dub a nice noodle, get the whip finishes out. 2 or 3 solid whip finishes ought to do the trick. And then all that's left to do is trim up the fly. So trim your parachute post, trim your legs to the length you want. I like to go longer just because it makes a bigger buggy look. And then that's it. You are finished up.
And there we have it, folks. That is one plump pink little hopper ready for service. And I'll say, this is one of my all-time favorite hopper patterns, and I've used it so much this summer. But what I will say is that this is more of an intricate fly, and if you're new to the whole fly tying game, I would say that this is every bit of, I would say, an intermediate difficulty level. It's not, for the new fly tyer, and if you are attempting this for the first time, what I will say is be patient and just take your time. The first one's gonna look like look like garbage, trust me. It always does. But by the third and fourth iteration, you're gonna have this down pat. Dime, no question. And yeah, you just gotta work with the various elements. And you know, the parachute, the foam, the legs, they can be very hard to get into the position you want to give the profile that, well, the fish key in on. But what I will say, it is worth every minute to just slow down, take your time, and tie it right. This is the kind of fly that's gonna float all damn day. It's gonna float just as well as your first cast as the last cast of the day. I've run this thing sun up to sundown on multiple adventures, and I have video proof. So you can't even question me there. There's just something you gotta say about a functional fly, and this does a fantastic job. And I'll say this, I like to have, I would say, both the traditional style as well as the adjustable style in multiple sizes and colors. I'll run a fly all season, adjustable dry dropper most of the year. But what I will do when it comes to September and even October, later in the summer months, early fall, depending on where you are, of course, I will run a solo hopper rig. I'll be long cast sniping my way up with a single terrestrial. And that hardly ever happens, but that late summer terrestrial bite, be it ants, beetles, hoppers, it can be one of the most electric bites you're gonna find all year long. The fish are keying in on something bigger. They know winter's coming. They can feel it getting colder, and damn it, they can't waste their time on little nymphs or pretentious PMDs or waiting on the caddis bite to pop off. No, they want something big. They want something plump. They want a little hopper action, man. It is so good. And what I will say about this hopper in particular, the mini, let's just say, is that it is so good at keying in on that subtle bite. In places where fish might see a lot of different hopper patterns, you know, folks like to throw big hoppers, and it's fun, but this little guy, it seems to get more looks. It seems to get more bites, and I've seen this time and time again, especially in pressured environments, and that's why, yeah, I'll always carry a couple of these in my box, no matter what. Oh, man. So, folks, if you're out there and you do decide to tie up the mini hopper, I sure hope you like it just as much as I do. But with that, I'm gonna sign out. See y'all next time.
Well, if you were seeing this, that means you've made it to the end of the video. And that also means I've got a gnarly hike out of this massive valley. But before I boot scoop boogie my way out of here, I just gotta say, if you're binging all the fly all season content, can't get enough, well, I got good news. Two things. First, the Instagram. You know, fishy pics, all the fishy videos. We'll do giveaways every now and again. It's a lot of fun, and I'm always willing to talk. So if you got questions, hit me up. It's always good. And then second would be the Discord, or the Cord. This is a whole lot of fun, and it's growing super, super fast. So get over there now and be an OG, right? We do this monthly Fly of the Month contest, and it is so awesome. Every month, the competition just keeps getting better and better and better. And I will say, this month's winner, good God almighty, that thing is a dimey dime. That would be absolutely perfect for a high country adventure just like this. So with that being said, go check out the Instagram, go check out the Discord. If you haven't yet, toss a sub down. I would really appreciate it. So with that, I gotta scoot. See you next time.